Are we good? Come down a little.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday. This is our live podcast where we chat with you guys while we're working on something. Today, we actually have a project to work on. We are going to be making felt snowflakes. Let me show you the one that doesn't have a footprint on it. So we printed out
What type of footprint?
a croc footprint.
Oh.
There's a
Well,
croc footprint.
No, whether it was a dog footprint?
No, it's one of ours.
Okay.
Nothing as cool as, you know. Anyway, we are going to be working on the snowflakes. Helen has already said that she's going to freehand this one. No, actually, I think she's going to
freehand that one.
So what we did was we took a piece of felt and we drew some circles on it. And for our circles, we just used the lid of one of our Evil Queen candles, because multi-purpose, you use them to get really nice scents in the house, and then you also use them as tracers. And now I'm going to freehand drawing something on here that I'm going to then stitch, but we're going to do that in a minute.
This is very annoying.
What's the matter?
It's not showing up.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the videos so that I can monitor Society Adventure Calendar. Well, that's intriguing.
Yeah, I think Genevieve was talking about that before. She was talking about how you pick which way you want to go with it. So,
okay.
By the way, Genevieve, thank you so much for the email that you sent us. That was very, very kind. Really kind. We have a couple coming from Wisconsin. So, while Helen gets that set up.
Here we go.
Okay.
We've got Karen from Delaware, Jenny from New York.
Got a whole bunch from Wisconsin today. I think we had 3 in a row.
Michigan.
Oh, no, Jamie came in through twice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we have things to discuss with you. I went to Trader Joe's. Was it after Tuesday's video that I went to Trader Joe's? And I went to, I came down dressed in jeans and sneakers because I was going out in public, so I had to look like a human. And Hugo did his worried you're a stranger thing with me, where he came up, looked at me, and ran away. And I said, Hugo, come on, what are you doing? And he's just not used to me in anything other than my pajama bottoms and my Crocs.
Other than being a hermit.
Right. So the moral of the story is,
we can't leave the house.
We can't leave the house because it just freaks Hugo out. And then I had to go out.
A new thing to freak Hugo out.
I had to go out and play football with him, and then we got his football stuck in the tree, and Helen had to come out and get it down, and it was just all a big mess. So just don't leave the house.
We got lots of goodies from Trader Joe's.
We did. That was very good. We did an unboxing on over on Patreon where we unboxed everything that we took. So
Penny is here.
I saw greetings from Long Island, and I'm like, I know Seesaw 432.
Marcia is from Fort Lauderdale.
Marcia, thank you so much for the book.
Yes, Marcia.
I sent you an email to say thank you, but thank you. Really, this looks like such a good book. Hold on one second. I'm going to grab it.
Carmen is in Texas sewing on a nose on a pug that she's crocheting for an Amagor. I can never say that word. Advent. So that sounds intriguing as well.
Yeah.
I'm back in the mood for. I go through stages where I want to do stuffies, and now I'm like in the mood to do stuffies.
We should set up your not Bernadette, but whatever her name was, the rabbit and
Odile and
yes. Because they'll get you in the mood.
Yeah.
Anyway, Marcia sent us the Oracle Glass by Judith Merkel Riley, and this just looks really, really cool. It's all about the Sun King's court and a woman who pretends to be older than she is and a seer so that she can gain access to the court. I think this sounds fascinating. Yeah. So that is very, very cool. All right. Do you want to do your tea?
Sure. I'm trying the pumpkin spice from our Advent yesterday. So it's all set. I just have to, I don't know whether it's too hot. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. It's not something I'm going to go to, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay, I'm gonna let you put it down so I don't have to touch the top. No, that's not bad.
No, I
That's
mean,
really not bad.
It's warming, some cinnamony.
Yeah.
Just not my my cup of tea. And we have a new mug, so. This was a gift for Jamie from a friend of ours. So, Heather, if you're here,
cheers. It's the perfect size for tea. It really is. So did you bring today's tea?
I did.
Today's tea from our Tiesta Tea Advent calendar is
Merry Cocoa Cherry. Did we try this one?
We did. We got it. We actually got it.
No, I know we did, but had we tried it yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, we like this one, right?
Yes.
Very cherry.
Very cherry. It the cherry is stronger than the chocolate, which for me is a good thing because I don't really like a lot of chocolate in my tea. So, did you want me to spit it across the room?
I'm pretty sure she did. Amanda, who is sister number 3, is very disappointed in Mary Beth's reaction to the tea.
Okay. All right. Shall we start with Bookvent?
Sure.
All right. Today's theme is nonfiction, and I'm really excited about mine.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited about mine. I'm not like overly excited about mine.
I am really excited about mine because I really want to read it.
Okay.
All right. Helen got me A Most Remarkable Creature, The Hidden Life of the World's Smartest Birds of Prey. Okay, look at that. That is a malevolent looking bird. He could be related to the birds upstairs. Okay. In 1833, Charles Darwin met an unusual animal in the Falkland Islands, a handsome, social, and oddly crow-like falcon that was mischievous and inquisitive, quarrelsome and passionate, and drawn to anything it didn't recognize. Sensing a larger story, Darwin wondered why these birds, now called striated caracaras, were confined to the remote islands at the tip of South America, but he set this mystery aside and never returned to it. Almost 200 years later, Jonathan Meiberg takes up the chase, leading us on a wild and entertaining journey from the fog-bound coasts of Tierra del Fuego and the Falklands to the tropical forests of Guyana in search of these curious birds, their origins, and their possible futures. Along the way, Meiberg draws us into the life and work of William Henry Hudson, a Victorian writer and naturalist who championed caracaras as an unsung wonder of the world. A Most Remarkable Creature is as generous and as accessible as it is sophisticated, and a reminder of how much our world remains to be discovered. Well, that actually sounds really, really good.
Yeah, I thought it sounded really interesting and
really good. There are pictures and okay, I'm sorry. I may actually curse. Here we go. What the fuck?
I did qualify that this was not for children in the beginning of the video.
Oh my God.
Obviously, I didn't open the book. Ew. No, close it.
Oh my God. That is just nope.
That
nope,
is not
nope,
a caracara.
Nope. However, I am really, really interested.
Carmen says she has crested caracaras.
Okay.
Carmen is, I believe, in Texas, right? Yes, because Carmen's the one that's
Doing
crocheting
the-
in Texas. Okay, so mine is Oscar Wars. Okay. I have to know this.
The tag phrase was, it's a history of the Oscars in blood, sweat, and gold.
Okay.
And from what I was reading on NPR, it's like all the tea behind the scenes of the Oscars.
Oh, okay.
It's like all the gossip and stuff. Like who left the Oscars early, who didn't show up.
Oh,
that kind of thing. So I thought it would be really, really interesting to read because we love movies. We love reading about old movie stars and
Yeah.
things like that. And it's just, you know, if it's all about gossip, it's going to be cool.
Okay. So it says America does not have royalty. It has the Academy Awards. For 9 decades, perfectly coiffed starlets, debonair leading men, and producers with gold in their eyes have chased the elusive Oscar. What began as an industry banquet in 1929 has now exploded into a hallowed ceremony complete with red carpets, sealed envelopes, and little gold men. But don't be fooled by the pomp. The Oscars, more than anything, are a battlefield where the history of Hollywood and of America itself unfolds in dramas large and small. The road to the Oscars may be golden, but it's paved in blood, sweat, and broken hearts. In Oscar Wars, Michael Schulman takes a fresh look at the remarkable, sprawling history of the Academy Awards and the personal dramas, some iconic, others never before revealed, that have played out on the stage and off camera. Rather than cataloging every single Oscar night, each chapter takes a deep dive into a particular year, conflict, or category that tells a larger story of cultural upheaval. From Louis B. Mayer to Moonlight, Schulman examines how the red carpet runs through contested turf and the victors aren't always as clear as the names drawn from the envelopes. Caught in the crossfire are people, their thwarted ambitions, their artistic epiphanies, their messy collaborations, their dreams fulfilled or dashed. Featuring a star-studded cast of some of the most powerful Hollywood players of today and yesterday, as well as outsiders who stormed the palace gates, this captivating history is a collection of revelatory tales, each representing a turning point for the Academy, for the movies, and for the culture at large. Oh, this is going to be fascinating.
Isn't it going to be fun?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be really, really fun. So
And this is going to be another one that you can just grab a chapter at a time.
exactly.
So, oh, that's
And it's got pictures in it too,
Yeah.
so that you get to look at some of the pictures.
oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I was really excited about this. I'm fairly certain that Bob Mondello was one of the ones that recommended it for the
yeah, that
NPR
makes
books.
sense. Yeah.
And Linda Holmes talked about it on her weekly newsletter. So that was one of the things that got me onto it.
There's
Hound's
a whole-
totally getting
Yeah, there's a whole chapter on the whole Moonlight scandal. So,
yeah, no, it's going to be really kind of cool.
okay. So, let's see. Carmen says they also have tarantulas. Those tarantulas that was on its face. I would save you from them. No worries.
Thank you. I'm going to need that.
Uh,
I don't do spiders. I do spiders. I don't like them.
Marcia says she's really excited to see Archie on BrickBox. Jason Isaacs plays Cary Grant. It should be great.
Yeah, Archie is Cary Grant. It's all about Cary Grant.
Oh, well, that should be
Because he's
fun.
Archibald Lowe or something like that.
Oh, okay. That
So it's
Oh.
how he became Cary Grant.
these people like that too.
She might.
Carmen loves watching us open our books, and Packing Knit says good afternoon from Florida.
Well, good afternoon. All right.
Hopefully it's a little warmer.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I actually was talking to Sam, and I asked him, Sam used to be the neighbor next door. He and his husband took care of my mom and my brother when we weren't here clearing off the car and that kind of thing. They were very, very kind. But he stopped by to give us hot chocolate because he said in this kind of weather, hot chocolate is... it's just perfect for hot chocolate. But I asked him if he was going to be staying up here, and he said yes. He likes to spend Christmas where it's cold. So I think it may be warm
Okay.
down in Florida.
They go back and forth. Did you say that? They go back
Oh
and
yeah,
forth
they
to
have a
Florida.
place in Florida, so they go back and forth. 67 degrees. Oh, that's like perfect weather.
Remember when we went in March?
Yes.
We went one year. We went down to was it Disney or spring training?
It was spring training.
We went down to spring training and we got off the plane and we flew down to. Usually we drive. I sound like we go to Florida all the time.
I know. The other 3 times we've driven.
We've driven. But this time we flew and we got off the plane. It was March, so it was miserable here.
Absolutely.
I mean, snowing and sleet and all that. And then you get off the plane and you smell the flowers and it was just,
It was perfect. It was absolutely
we spent
perfect.
a couple days going to baseball games,
Oh,
falling
sitting
asleep
out-
in the sun and eating
You
ice
sit
cream.
in the sun and have chocolate ice cream and then fall asleep to the baseball game, and it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. It was a really nice
Yeah.
trip. We should do that again sometime.
Yeah.
Sometime. All right.
Amanda, pack your bags.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to get started on my snowflake. The first thing I'm doing is attempting to find the middle. So what I'm doing is I'm folding it in half. I've drawn my circle, I'm folding it in half. And now I'm going to fold it in half again to get my thing like that. And just put a mark there so I know that that is the center. Did that show up? All right, so I now have a little
in the car
mark where it's the center. It's more of a puncture than a mark right now. I have to. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to take my thing and see if I can figure out how to draw this on here. Okay, let's see. Do that.
I have my center.
I am going to be using, well, we are both going to be using DMC floss for this. I chose 3865 because we have lots of it. For some reason, we have lots of it. And I'm going to do
a lot with polar bears.
3 strands of it.
Amanda has plans to throw our mother in the back seat. Is your Jeep big enough to hold 3 dogs in the back? In the way back?
We got to get the dogs in there somehow. Because they are a sticking point.
However, we get down to like near Georgia and Amanda has a Jeep where you can take the top off.
Oh God, can you see Garcia standing with his ears flying out the window? He would have a ball. Okay. All right, so this is the one that I have chosen. This one right here. So I'm attempting to make a star.
I was pretty sure I was not going to be successful in that attempt, so that's why I chose mine. So have you guys started your Christmas shopping? And do you shop in person? Do you shop online these days? Oh, Cozy Hermitage. Is that John?
Yes.
Hugo would have a blast. He loves other dogs. It's his favorite thing in the world.
All right, I now have a star. So we are doing this with Frixion pens because after we sew it, we can then erase it using the iron. Once you use the iron, it will erase. So.
Okay, so Carmen has started her Christmas shopping, but she just started wrapping. Oh God, I always wrap it like the last minute. I always have these great grand plans. You go on Pinterest and you see all the gorgeous wrapping, where they use a little sprig of rosemary and all that, that I'm going to do all that. And then it's like Christmas Eve and you're lucky if it gets wrapped.
Amanda gave us books last year or the year before that were wrapped like that, and I felt really bad because, we wrapped hers. They were wrapped, but they were not. They didn't come with the little folds and the sprig of rosemary and everything inside it. However, every time I see somebody doing that, I just see Love Actually with Mr. Bean putting the cinnamon and everything in.
Ruth Ann shops mostly online, although she had to make a liquor store run in person this morning. Amanda's done.
What? Seriously?
Kim needs wrapping paper or True Wrap. She did some shopping online and off. All her favorite people to shop for aren't local. Jenny's shopping is all done, except for stocking stuffers. She did mostly online. And Carmen says, yeah, all the bows and everything. Yeah, just do a whole thing. I mean, one year we were gonna make our own wrapping paper with like butcher's paper, and we have fun stamps, and we were gonna stamp them all.
We did do that to a certain
To a
extent.
certain extent, yeah.
We did do it. I mean, there was one year that we did it. It's
Time just gets away from you in December. December is a time warp.
well, I'm pretty sure that time doesn't exist properly in this house because we were filming a video yesterday that didn't work out, and I started off by saying I can't believe it's 10 minutes after 12, and the video was 36 minutes long, and by the time we were done it was 1:15. Where did the rest of the time go? It just, I honestly think it doesn't work properly here.
This is my freehand work. Now I have to remember how to embroider.
I have French knots to do. We all know how we feel about French knots.
Yeah.
However,
Practice makes perfect, right?
right. And this is just, I mean, this is just fun. It's not like I'm entering this into a, you know, contest or anything.
Kim wanted a tree with all handmade ornaments. She's gonna have to start earlier next year.
As in now,
Yeah.
you know, it's just,
There's an Etsy shop where she does she sells the kits for the felt.
oh, look,
ornaments.
here's the thing of embroidery floss that I lost.
Oh.
I said to Helen, I took a thing of embroidery floss and I have no idea where it went. I put it in my needle book with my needles. Anyway, there's a space on Etsy. What?
She sells the kits to make the felt ornaments, like the white rabbit, and she does all of Alice. I'm pretty sure she has the Nutcracker.
Yeah, she's got some really, really good ones.
And I want to do more intricate ones like that. But again, the time warp.
Also, I have to get my sewing to a point where I can do that properly.
Maybe what we do this year is we do one a month, starting in January.
We should start by doing the animals that we have the kits for.
But they're not one of those.
No, they're not. You could turn them into ornaments, though, if you wanted to.
I suppose.
They'd be kind of large.
Yeah.
Or we could make them and they could be having their own Christmas
We'll make them
celebration.
their Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree.
They get their own little Christmas tree, and then we have to make them ornaments to go on their Christmas tree.
Did you see
Do you
India
love how
Rose?
that just expanded out?
Or is it India Rose? Who's the one that does the frogs?
Claire Garland. India Rose does the videos of them.
Okay, she did the video. She put the video up again of them decorating the tree, and they brought in their tree, and it's two frogs, and they took out their matchbox, an old-fashioned matchbox that has their ornaments in it. I mean, she's just got her detail is amazing. But anyway, here we go.
Her
This is
video
where I am
skills are incredible too.
That's where I'm starting. And already I have like a
Maybe we'll do it
giant-
as like a sew along, Carmen. Everybody, I mean, Lord knows that's the only way I'm going to get to do it.
What?
Oh, Amanda sent us that video this morning on TikTok.
Oh, did you really? Okay. Well, I saw it on Instagram too. Great minds. All right. So the back of this is just going to be a mess, but we're okay.
Who
with
cares?
that.
You're going to stuff it. Are you going to stuff it, or are you going to make it flat?
No, I think I'm going to make it flat. But I am going to do one for the other side too. I just don't know if I'm going to do it. Oh.
What?
Well, I'm wondering, do I put them together and sew them at the same time, and you're sewing them together at the same time, and then you only have to trace it once?
Will that work?
I don't know. You're not going to be able to do like I did this where I went from one spot to the other and just pulled it straight across. You wouldn't be able to do that. You'd have to do that in between, but I would think so, right? Why wouldn't it work?
You're not.
You make sure your knot is in between. Start in between. But really, why am I doing this twice? Right?
Carmen is interested in a stitch along. I think we're creating a stitch along as we go along.
Oh my God. The things that happen when you come to Friday's live podcast, you never can tell. All right, so I'm taking this out.
Thing is, we need to find patterns for them because we don't need kits because we have wool felt.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Which
the lady...
I put back on our website, by the way. If you guys need wool felt sheets, we have wool felt sheets that had disappeared from the site for a little bit, and they're back on now.
Is Cynthia Treen the one that does the boxes that we have?
Yes.
All right, she has all her ornament or all her patterns as PDFs, so you can buy it as a PDF and download it. And then if you have felt, you don't need to buy anything because she does it that she gives you everything in the package, including the needle and thread.
Kim says, what happens with wool felt sheets? What am I doing?
I don't know.
I have to start paying attention. These are wool felt sheets, Kim. It's just the felt that you buy like at Michael's, the felt sheets you buy at Michael's and that kind of thing. They're less wool, polyester.
Oh, okay, but was she saying what happens to them that they disappear, kind of like socks?
Oh, what happens with wool felt sheets different than other felt sheets?
Oh, gotcha. I didn't hear the other part of the question or the statement. All right.
So these are just they're 100% wool, and just much nicer in hand than the plastic version. And if you're trying to manipulate them, it's much easier with the wool felt than the polyester ones. So that if you're trying to make ornaments or rounded three-dimensional things.
Hugo was outside burying his bully stick that he got.
His bribe to be good during the podcast.
So I had to bring him back
This is
in.
what I think of your bribe, Mary Beth.
No, he took it out and hid it in his favorite spot, which is what he does because he's a goofball. All right.
Just making sure we're not getting on the couch.
I think he's tired and he's ready for bed. He's done with this day.
He was bad. He got in trouble. And like any child.
It's not easy. Okay, so I think I may see part of the problem.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
It's going to be that you have to put it to get it to the next spot. So what I'm trying to do is if I sew this and
I'm just going to do it twice.
if I sew it through to the other, if I fold it in half and sew it through to the other side, am I going to get the same pattern on the other side? And I'm not. But one thing I can do is I can go down through one layer of felt and go into the middle to get to the next spot. Or what I can do is do the next one, or just go ahead and do it and see what the pattern shows up on the back. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew it following the pattern on the front, but through 2 sheets of felt and see what the back looks like. And see if it's a pattern that is worthy of keeping, or is it going to be something that looks like, what is it they say on the Great British Bake Off, the dog's breakfast?
I was going to go dog's vomit, but yeah, sure.
Dog's breakfast.
Karen has to go because she has an eye appointment. I'm very sorry.
Okay, so now I have that on the front and that on the back. And I kind of think I'm not going to like what's on the back. So I think
I
what
came
I'm
to
going
that
do-
conclusion ahead of time, and I'm just doing.
I'm going to take this out and start over again.
Stop trying to take the easy way out.
I know. Oh my gosh. How cool would it have been though if I had discovered that?
If you, the master embroiderist,
Yes.
had found a new way to do things.
I am not a huge fan of hand sewing, as you can see.
Very relaxing.
Yes. I haven't found that yet. I'm still waiting for the relaxing to happen. Oh my gosh. All right.
Amanda says, what about sewing everything but the middle on one piece and then use the middle to attach the layers? Oh, and Carmen says our personalities are emerging.
Huh.
I'm not sure what Amanda meant.
Okay. Here we go. Just gonna do it the way you're supposed to do it. The long, stupid way of doing it.
So we watched The Family Switch on Netflix last night with Jennifer Garner and Ed Helms. It was cute.
I put that it was cute but kind of silly. But I think it would be perfect for
It's a perfect family movie.
a family movie, yeah.
I think they could have left out the whole baby and dog switch. That was just ridiculous.
It was kind of amusing when the dog started walking on his hind legs the first time.
Well,
but other than
that pretty much was it.
yeah.
Um,
I like Jennifer Garner very much. Ed Helms is hit or miss for me. But this was perfect for him. And I thought the kids were good.
yes,
The teenagers were good. They picked some good kids for that.
he was less Ed Helmsy than normal.
Yeah. All right.
How do you do a French notch? Wrap it.
Wrap it around several times.
Wrap, 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 wrap. Close down. I'm going to start sticking my tongue out in a minute
Okay.
to show that I'm really concentrating. A trait I share with my younger brother.
And your mother.
Ah, look at that. One French knot.
Dun, dun, dun.
Boom. Have you decided to come join us? The bad seed has decided to join us. So what else is everybody making? Whether for gifts or for decorations for the season? Oh, happy Hanukkah, by the way, to everybody.
I have to dig out our Christmas cards. Because Christmas cards are starting to come.
Do we get another?
No, just one. But we want to send them back out again. So, and besides, I figured, you know what? We're sending Christmas cards this year.
Said every year at the beginning of December.
Yes. However, this year,
If you are one of the lucky few who may actually receive.
this year, I'm actually going to do it.
Again, starting in January, we should get a picture of all 4 of us, 5 of us with Dudley, and have an actual Christmas picture.
Oh, okay.
So Genevieve is making a couple blankets and a few scarves.
Wow.
Wow, are you like knitting or crocheting the blankets, or are you sewing them? Laura is socks, and hats. Jenny is test knitting a cowl and mittens for Darcy. Oh, cool. Marcia is cross stitching Spooky Cottage by Mama Witch and being proactive for Halloween 2024. And Carmen, her daughter, and she are working on ornaments for the tree. She made some paper ones, and we want to make a star topper.
You can make the star topper out of paper, because that would be very cool too.
Genevieve is crocheting the blankets. Wow. Hopefully out of really chunky yarn.
I have almost finished my next hat in December's Disney yarn. No, yes, December's Disney yarn. It went out to everybody, so I'm going to be able to show it soon. And I'm almost done the hat, so then I'm going to be able to put the next row into my crochet blanket. Because I finished the first two, so now I'm going to add the next one.
Cheryl Jackson is just now creating her Christmas cards. Every year she plans to do them in July. Never happens. I hear you. Oh,
I am giving you credit for creating them, because mine are going out from a box.
Cheshire Cat is cleaning. Ugh, I'm sorry.
I hate cleaning. I know there are people that actually enjoy it. I am not one of them.
Jamie is making creepy Christmas ornaments and sewing fleece scarves, hats for all.
We have a whole bunch of flannel scarves that we did with, we sewed in the Mobius pattern one year. We got all this really pretty flannel, and then we were sewing Mobius scarves that we sold in the store, and they were so pretty. And we kept a whole bunch of them.
It was before we started really knitting up again.
Yeah.
Genevieve says one blanket is chunky and the other is with a 4-weight. What is a 4-weight? Oh, I guess that's a 4-weight for crochet. I get it now. Okay. Still more power to you.
If you guys are part of Crafting with the Toads over on Facebook, you have to go see what April did with her crochet. She crocheted a blanket that has 2 cardinals on it. That's ridiculous. I left her a comment and said that I think, as far as I'm concerned, she has now crossed over into the magical maker category, because it's honestly ridiculous.
And she does them very, very quickly.
Oh my God, she's so fast.
Cheshire Cat says she has a load of wool her mother sent over the years from the UK, and in the new year she's going to do something with it. She's had it for more than 30 years.
Okay. There are all different kinds of sweaters, blankets, lots of things that you can make with it. Helen has a plan that she's going to do, where she's going to see if she can make a sweater in a month and see how close she can get to finishing a sweater in a month. But we had a long discussion, because we look at knitting as our relaxation time. And if you're going to do that, where you're trying to knit a sweater in a month for the podcast, it's got to be considered work. So we have to give ourselves time during the day to sit and knit and not feel that you're slacking or anything like that. So, oh shucks, I have to spend my afternoon listening to a book and knitting.
Yeah, the caveat is we can't watch TV because it has to be dedicated, undistracted in daytime.
Yeah.
Jill says she was hoping to quickly wind a skein of bamboo yarn and cast on a spindrift shawl for a gift. The yarn had other ideas. It seems to have several cuts in the yarn, so it is a horror. Oh God, I'm sorry about that.
I'm so glad that's not our yarn. No, it's not ours because we don't do bamboo. But that is hard.
Yeah. Angela is...
The spindrift is fun, though. I made one of those. It's a Helen Stewart, I'm pretty sure. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a Helen Stewart, and it was a fun one to knit. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Angela is getting to the end of her 2023 knitted temperature blanket in Malabrigo. More power to you. Because I know I'm not the only one that starts those things and then gets maybe as far as the 15th of January. And then it's just like, this is a stupid idea. Why did I do this?
Yeah, once
the
I
fact
have to
that you
do
are-
it every day, it's like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah. The fact that you are not only still doing it, but you are relatively, it looks like you are
On par
on
to finish
schedule
it.
and you're on schedule. You're not behind that much.
Kudos to you.
Cheshire says she's not good at jumpers or gloves, so maybe scarves. Scarves are good because you can do them up quickly too, and fly through the yarn.
Yeah. We're thinking of having my mom start knitting a cowl because temperatures at the castle and all, she could use it to keep herself warm. And it's something that isn't a huge project. It'll be something that she can work on and make progress on and not feel overwhelmed.
We had her start last year at about this time. It's called the Scraptastic blanket. It's essentially garter with an I-cord edge. But then just going back and forth and increases and decreases at the beginning and end of each row. Corner to corner. She's almost done, but it's almost like it's too big for her now, so that you notice that she's like putting it off to do other things. But it was a perfect project for the time because she didn't have to think.
Right. But now we have to get her onto something else that I think is smaller. I think that's what we need to do.
Because what she chooses to do instead of knitting is winding yarn, because she adores winding yarn, which I just don't get. But we're running out of yarn for her to wind.
What's scary is we're really not.
I know.
It's going to take a very, very long time to run out of yarn. Amanda, do you want your yarn wound into a ball? Your Christmas present? Because I'll get her started on that.
Laura says her temperature blanket, many different granny squares, one round per day. She made a few coffee mugs.
Yep. I started a temperature cross stitch that Dr. Christy did. She is, what's the name of her podcast? Hold on. She's got a podcast where she's doing Vlogmas and going through her things. Anyway, she creates cross stitch patterns, and it was it's a bookcase. I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
You can see it if you go watch her podcast. She has it on the wall behind her.
But I made it through March, and then I just gave up on it.
It's always a great idea at the time.
Yeah.
But then it becomes work.
Right.
It was like the embroidery things that we did, which I loved, and I still kind of want to go back and do again.
Oh, the daily embroidery.
Where you were doing
that
the daily embroidery.
Really pretty.
It was coming out, and I think I have to like figure out something where it's not daily, where I don't put so much structure on myself, but something where you're just doing when something good happens, you do something on the embroidery hoop because
that's right. Because we were doing it in 2014, I think. Because I think we have Declan. Pretty sure we had Declan
I'm pretty
put
sure,
in.
Yes, Declan. And it looked really good.
Weren't we at the beach when we were doing it?
Probably going back and forth.
Oh, he's not 2014.
He's 19. He's 19.
It's okay. So then we were. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were at the beach. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Christy's Corner Needlework, and she is. She did a bookcase, and she had all these different things that you could put in, like globes and witches' hats and things like that. And I got so far and then lost track of it.
Big hello from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Moira, her sister, will be watching the stream later. Love your channel. Even watched number 1.5 vlog yesterday from years back.
Oh, that
do you miss the gift shop?
Yes. Going way, way back.
But we do. We miss our gift shop terribly.
I loved putting together the windows, and I miss it so much at Christmas because we would get in such pretty things for Christmas and decorate the store and make it look really, really pretty. And I miss it horribly.
Lori just got here, off topic, no doubt, but she has to tell us how much fun she's had making the little Christmas trees that we did a couple of weeks ago with her Total Hollow fabrics. Oh, I'm so glad. Ours are up, and I love them. I love the banners so much.
They look really, really pretty.
We have to do more with the different fabric lines because I just think they're so cool.
Yeah, no, they look so nice.
Cheryl says she's thinking about doing Dr. Christie's dragon head temperature cross stitch as a diamond painting. And Jamie says, did you see her new one for Christie's Corner is a dragon? No, I'm not doing it.
Not getting sucked into this. Add it to the whip go.
But that's going to have to be every month or every day.
Every day.
I have too much cross stitch.
It's just, you know, it was, I think part of the problem was you have so much so much time to do it, and it's you have all these different ones that you want to work on, and then now you have to do this.
Right.
You got to get that done first before you can work on anything else, and by the time you're done that, cross stitch is done for the day.
So then I begin to resent the thing that I really wanted to do to begin with, and like yesterday it looked like we were going to have some dedicated time in the afternoon for cross stitch.
Never happens.
I made sure that my my Galaxy was all powered up so that I could work on my Haid because I'm really excited to work on my Haid. And then I had a headache and I couldn't focus. Anyway.
How is the head today?
Much better.
Okay.
Lori has them over 2 big windows, and then her sister wanted some, and now her daughter wants some. Well, that's so cool. Wait. I love that. These are the Christmas trees.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. We've moved on to a different topic, and I can't remember where we were before. I'm seeing dragons over the windows.
Oh, okay.
Which,
awesome.
Just going to say, awesome, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you're talking about.
They would be great over those windows.
What, the Christmas trees?
Yeah.
They would be. I'll have to try and do that.
Jamie's has been told that she needs to make the dragon for her son. She does it once a week. So do you when you do it once a week, do you do an average temperature for the entire week, or do you catch up for the 7 days in one day? Because the average temperatures for the week would be fairly representative. And then it would be much simpler.
Yeah.
She catches up. Okay. Does it take you all day, though? It take me all day. I'm a very slow stitcher. Are you going around the edge, the outline of this?
No, I'm going to do that when I put it
blanket
together.
Stitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you done?
No. Yes, I'm done. I'm a slow stitcher, but I'm done. This is very nice and relaxing, I will say.
I need to get more thread, but this is where I am so far. It's looking like a snowflake.
Drew disagrees. Drew would like to have words. Oh, Jamie says she catches up and only takes her about an hour, but she likes the idea of doing the average temperature for the week. And if you did that, then you could do more embellishments.
Okay. Yeah, what on earth I'm doing here?
This is what I have so far. It's gonna be much prettier once I iron out the markings, but
Right. I think I'm going to do my little dots that I'm supposed to have. I'm thinking of doing them in red. Because mine has the 3 little dots going around.
oh, so you're gonna do them like berries.
So I'm thinking of doing them like holly berries.
Good thought.
That's
I have little stars in the quadrants here, and I'm contemplating doing mine in yellow,
okay.
but I may keep it all white.
Well, I'm going back and
Going all
forth.
doing the Scandinavian,
Yeah.
all one color.
Because it's kind of the image that, or the feeling that I'm getting from it is the just, one color.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay. So now I have to go.
Oh, look how far.
I know, see?
That looks really pretty.
You add the last few stitches, and all of a sudden it really looks like a snowflake. All right.
I think I'm gonna stuff mine a little though.
Here we go. We're going in for the French knot. Do it up at the top, right? All right.
So do you guys have big plans for the weekend? We are dyeing yarn tomorrow.
We had a whole plan. Had this whole plan going. We were going to dye yarn yesterday. Once the yarn arrived, we were going to dye the yarn and get everything done, and then wash today before we did the podcast.
We were waiting for a delivery on yarn. It was supposed
the yarn. Then we got the notification that the yarn wasn't coming until today, and not until this afternoon. So we couldn't even dye today. So everything has gone off schedule.
stupid December deliveries. I should have thought about it in the morning and checked, because nothing comes on time in
No.
December.
This is true. Helen was waiting for one of my books to come, and she's waiting and waiting and waiting because we're doing each of the different genres, and she's thinking, okay, is this going to be the day that it comes through? Is this going to be the day? So finally, it hadn't even shown as shipped. So then she went and ordered a different one, and the minute she placed the order, both of them showed as shipped. And
Yeah.
the first one has now come. The second one we're still waiting on.
Or it came yesterday.
Did it come yesterday?
You opened it.
Oh, I thought the other one was... that was the first one.
No, that was the second one. The first one came the day before, and I
Okay, gotcha.
wrapped it up.
All right. We get an extra book out of it. Oh dear.
But
I said, oh dear, we get an extra book out of it.
Carmen has a wine pickup party to go to,
Oh my goodness.
and then crafting.
Okay. We are supposed to get quite a storm on Sunday. Not snow, just rain and wind. It's going to be supposedly 61 degrees.
Yeah. But it was something that was weird that in the weather app was giving us warnings ahead of time.
Yeah, that's true. So we can't wait to see what this storm is going to be. We got a notification that it was going to be snowing here yesterday. And it did. It flurried. for a couple of minutes in the morning. It's just,
They said there was a possibility of a clipper coming through and giving us like an inch on grassy surfaces, but
it did not follow through.
that did not happen. Oh, Andy's going to a large craft show. Oh, that sounds fun.
That does.
I want to go to a Christmas village.
Yeah. I love doing craft shows in December. You see the amount, the talent that's out there.
Lori says she's going to her small town local yarn store tomorrow because she's closing for good. That's too bad. But at least now she knows a good place to get yarn in the future. Thank you to us. Double thank you. Amanda got an inch that melted by the time she left work.
Okay. All right. Well, surprisingly enough, this made the time fly because it is now 12:56.
Wow.
And we have to get going because we have plans for this afternoon. So this is where I am so far. Look, I have remembered how to do French knots. So I will continue to put knots all the way around on the top of each of the points of the star. And then there will be 3 French knots in between the things. And we shall see how it turns out.
This is mine. So I have to put the stars in and then do the other side. So.
It's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Cool way to spend an hour.
I know. That was fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully it's not going to be too cold.
Right.
Or too wet. And you will be able to go out and do all
anything.
Go out and do all your things that you want to do. Somebody would
very loud snore from the dog.
Somebody would like to point out that maybe it's time for his lunch and that we might want to get up and get going. So have a wonderful weekend.
Go forth and create.
And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be checking in quickly with our Bookvent.
Right.
And we'll be back on Tuesday with our regularly scheduled program.
Right.
So we will see you then.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.